Greetings and welcome to Flesh Wound Horror Live. I am Flesh Wound Dan, joined by producer Todd.
Greetings.
Or the OG creep, producer Todd. And Mike Kruger.
I mean, not really. Todd's a different type of creep.
This would be darker with Todd, wouldn't it?
It'd be. I don't want to say it'd be a much better show, but it'd be a show I like a lot more than I already like this one. We'll just say it that way.
And Mike Kruger. I said Mike Kruger, didn't I?
What's up, little wolves?
What up? What up? So, guys, the Christmas is rapidly approaching. We're here tonight with our Creep franchise show. Just a few notes before we get into that. Be sure to join us live on Friday night, where Santa Dan will be coming, maybe in more ways than one, during our.
Oh no! I'm not coming to this party then.
And I'm already mad because I forgot to tell you, Dan. Don't do all this bullshit to keep this episode evergreen. But I forgot. So have it.
You forgot, and it's your fault.
Which
Santa
is why
Dan
I'm not wearing a Christmas hat right now. Also,
that's true. Eyes wide shut commentary. Whenever you're listening to it, it's still evergreen.
Oh no, I'm going to cut this part out in about a week, so it'll be relevant for now.
Wait, so is that what we're watching?
Yeah,
Eyes Wide Shut. Yes, it's a Christmas movie.
Okay, well, I said it was one of our favorite movies, so now you know whose it's not. So
I'm gonna do the show shirtless. I'm just gonna have like the beard and the hat.
Kruger's definitely not gonna make it now.
Yeah, no.
It would be awesome. It will be awesome. So yeah, check that out. What do you guys got going on? I got one thing to show. We have no news tonight.
I've watched Terrifier 3 like 3 times in the last day.
Damn.
It's literally just it just plays in my house now, like just on repeat, like
on a loop.
Yeah.
I did get a couple cool shirts I did want to show off real quick from Terror Threads.
All right, that is pretty fucking cool. I'll give you that.
Freak. Sorry, I think I got it in frame there, but
from Terror Threads that has that one.
Yeah, Terror Threads has that and a couple. I think at least like 3 other designs, and this one I think they may have had for a while, but nonetheless very cool.
Is that the Street Trash one? Oh
no, I do have that one though, but I did get Evil Dead 2.
Nice. Yeah, no, fucking. I've been wanting to place an order for Terror Threads. They're like, I like them, and Cavity Color is probably the most. But Creeporama, Creeporama is pretty goddamn good. Because the thing that's cool about Creeporama is they only put theirs out for like a certain period of time. So basically, most of the designs are like very rare to find.
I know Terror Threads has a new Late Night with the Devil one that's pretty sweet.
So. Yeah, I need to get I want like the big shirt that I want to get for this year is like some more Terrifier like Christmas shit, but just haven't been able to afford it yet.
Yeah, horror shirts, and big guy horror shirts especially are expensive. That is
Teespring isn't bad if you want to work around, but the quality of Teespring or not Teespring's good. TeePublic fucking sucks.
Yeah, you're getting what you pay for.
Yeah.
I think I have a second-hand shirt from them that just
from TeePublic. Yeah, and the thing that sucks about TeePublic too is like if you accidentally dry it once, you're fucked.
Okay.
Yeah. Most of my shit, like I just let air dry, but like, yeah, if one accidentally falls into a fucking bed sheet, it's ruined.
Ooh. Yeah. So, but I haven't had any trouble with Terror Threads. So check them out. They do good stuff if you're unaware of them. They actually sent me a cool Terrifier 3 sticker with that.
Yeah, I saw that I think it is Terror Threads that put out the Terrifier 3 Santa hat.
Oh,
they put out a black and white like Santa hat.
Oh, sweet. You know what? I think what we're covering tonight warrants a shirt. And I don't know that anybody's
Cavity Colors has creep shirts.
Oh, okay. Well, I stand corrected. I don't think I've seen that design. But I guess with that,
1 and 2.
As I grab something.
No, where's Dan off to?
I'm not off to anywhere, Todd. I'm just grabbing something, Todd.
He's grabbing his peach fuzz dildo.
Ah, that would sell too. Peach
fuzz dildo? I mean, probably. I'm sure there's a good amount of people that find what's his name? Aaron, right?
He's got several names in this.
Yeah,
show.
so we'll just call him Aaron. I feel like there's probably a good amount of people that find him very attractive. I mean, fuck, dude. There's a plethora of women that fucking want to bang the shit out Art the Clown, and the women that do, oh my god, fucking lucky son of a bitch. But we're talking about fucking Creep tonight, so
we are, and we'll get right into it with just. We'll close on Art the Clown is boneable to a lot of women and probably a lot of dudes too. So, all right. So we kick things off 10 years ago now.
Yeah.
Another one makes me feel old. It doesn't feel that old. 2014's Creep from director Patrick Bryce. And in this film, looking for work, Aaron comes across a cryptic online ad. $1,000 for the day, filming service. Discretion is appreciated. Low on cash and full of naivete, he decides to go for it. He drives to a cabin in a remote mountain town where he meets Joseph, his cinematic subject for the day. Joseph is sincere, and the project seems heartfelt, so Aaron begins to film. But as the day goes on, it becomes clear Joseph is not who he says, and his intentions are not at all pure. All right, so Creep, this is one that managed to blow up.
Dude, and it's so cool, just how if you have two good actors and a fucking Airbnb, minimal effects don't matter. It just in the found footage genre, you can make a damn good film, and I think this is the perfect example on found footage done right. It's very minimalistic when it comes to the gore. There isn't kills or shit like that, but the thing that this movie goes above and beyond from other films is the awkwardness, the uncomfortableness you get. The first time you watch this movie, you're fucking very uncomfortable. Fucking when Joseph is playing with his dick with the peach fuzz mask on. I mean, that's some really uncomfortable fucking goddamn shit. And if I was in Aaron's position, let me tell you, this guy would have got thrown through a fucking window so goddamn fast. You have no fucking idea. But
I want to see the episode he has Kruger show up. and you want to do some apartment wrestling?
Oh my god.
Oh my. Okay.
That would be the premise.
Aaron definitely buys some of the apartment wrestling videos.
Dude, no, that's what it would be. It'd be
I want that now. Goddamn, we're getting ahead of
He'd be like, I'll give you $1,000 and you can give me some pile drivers and put me in chokeholds, and I'll be like, fuck, I need them goddamn money. Oh my god, that would be great.
This thing writes itself.
Yeah, that's a season 2 episode. Anyways,
it's just a pro wrestler every single episode that he kills for season 2.
I mean, honestly, he that would be a good way to lure him in.
but what would be funny is if he stabs me a bunch and then I just don't die, and he's like, "How much blood have you lost? Why won't you fucking die?" Anyways, back to Creep though. When I first saw this movie, I fell in love with it. Just Joseph, Aaron, whatever you want to call him. We'll call him Wolfie. Wolfie, he is one of my favorite modern horror characters. That guy is a fucking amazing actor, first off. Second off, the awkwardness and the unsettling feeling he gives me when he's staring into your soul, staring into the camera. It just there isn't really many characters like him in horror. And that takes a lot for me to say when it comes to a character that isn't going around and just cutting people's heads off or, splitting people in half. This guy is just the perfect creep. You know what I mean? And I loved this movie when I first saw it. I love it every time I watch it. I hadn't rewatched it in a really long time. So I actually just rewatched Creep 1 and 2 last night. And I never rewatched Creep 2. I only saw it one time and I didn't really care for it. Opinions a little bit changed. But I love this series. This first movie gives you all that awkward tension that I feel like works really well in the found footage genre. And I highly recommend it to anybody. It's almost like it reminds me in ways of Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon in certain aspects, but this brings it way more to a like situation that you feel like could actually happen, and it feels authentic, it feels real, and that's what one of the things I really love about it. So again, if you're a gore hound, maybe you're not going to really care for this that much, but like if you love slasher films, I think you can appreciate who Wolfie is as a character, and this was an amazing first start. I've rewatched I rewatched the first one more than I have rewatched the second one, and the first one's probably like my favorite out of the movies. But yeah, this is like one of the best found footage movies of all time, in my opinion. I would put it top 5 for me, at least.
That's that's pretty high coming from you. Yeah, because I know you're a big found footage guy, and yeah, for a gorehound, doesn't even tickle that funny bone at all for you in this one. So it's literally just
does have a very iconic kill though at the end. So,
but like I'm with you. I watched this whenever it first hit Netflix, fell in love with it. It's funny. I did not watch the second one till now. I knew it was out there. I just for some reason got put off, and so I was really excited. So not only did I get to watch the first movie again, I had one I hadn't seen and a series. Yeah. So, which also could have gone wrong if it, if that'd be a lot of stuff. If it wasn't at least in the same tone as the first, it would have been a long watch. Luckily, we'll get to the second one later. But I still love the first one. It's still just like, yeah, for found footage. And going in, I remember watching because I was a big fan of The League, which Mark Duplass was one of the main, one of the cast members on. So this was like a totally different side for him. And yeah, a good actor, killed it. Yeah, I'm with you, Kruger. This is a great one.
Yeah, dude, it gives you like almost everything you would want in a found footage movie, I feel like.
I agree.
So I really like the movie too. I do have some issues because one theme, except in one case, which I'll get to later, but I do think it suffers a little bit from that. The other characters are just a little too stupid, and you're screaming at the screen a lot.
Have you seen Our Country though, Dan?
It's
like
here's
that's
the thing.
stupid though.
Well, let me finish.
That's the thing. Okay.
When you're under threat of death, there's still some things that you're not going to do. And there's cases here where I look at it and I'm like, this guy's not the Terminator. You probably have a 50-50 shot at least. Like, there were a few issues where I was like, get the fuck away, beat his ass. And that's just like,
but that's part of the uncomfortable horror, though, him not doing that. If he did that, that's not a movie.
Yeah, and also the type of people
them fighting back.
Yeah, but also you have to understand the type of people this guy's preying on.
I get it to a degree.
They're not the people that are going to fight back, dude.
Yeah, we joke about the Kruger scenario, but that's actually the exact person he doesn't want to.
Yeah, he wouldn't want me like to show up. You know what I mean? Like,
there are some though that are not stupid, that don't come off as stupid initially, that I'm like, okay, and we'll get into this a little bit more. That's just a general thing. Our lead character, Mark Duplass, is a joy to watch. He's hilarious. He's creepy. It overcomes my issues, but they are there. there's several points where it's like there is no way.
I get that. That's always a weird one to cite for a genre picture.
Yeah,
that's like part of
trying to put
into
logic into a genre piece is a little.
No, it depends on the genre piece. I mean, there's certain dumb slashes where we'll overlook certain.
You
things,
have to overdo some of those things to make the movie, because if people were smart, you don't have a movie.
I just know when I grew up watching Freddy Krueger, or even just slashers. Now I'm not looking at like all the ways I'm gonna fucking survive the goddamn movie. I'm just gonna go in there for a ride.
It depends on the case. With this one, another big issue. How does he usually you'll tell somebody where you're going? Not always, but that's like a big thing also is like, and we don't know the exact time frame for some of this. Obviously, between the movies and the TV show, he's aged significantly, Mark Duplass in general. So he's been doing it a while. There's a lot of like little stuff.
I feel like I'm going to answer these questions off, but then I feel like I'm clearing, okay, this is what you're supposed to do if you're going to go kill someone. And I'm not trying to do that, Dan. But you pick the people you are doing to look for people who don't have a lot of family, who don't have connections. That's what you're doing. That's like, so that's like part of the process.
Yeah. I mean,
so
a lot of times you'll still tell somebody a house you're going to.
But if you're finding people that don't have anyone, that are in a new area.
Yeah, and he also knows a lot about the.
Again, it's very obvious Dan's never looked.
Yeah.
If you're not going to get me, then, because I would tell Krueger where I was going, and Krueger will save the day.
But see, Dan, you're not someone I'd go after, because you have people that you talk to constantly.
Yeah, you have people that care about you. Like a lot of these characters don't, and I like, especially when you get into the series. A lot of those characters don't have people.
If you're looking for victims,
on that, because some of the ones in the series did.
Some of them did, but not. But a few of them are like either failed directors that fucking are down on their luck, or people that are just desperate for money. And that's also another fucking thing too, man. Like you got to take the desperate for money fucking theme into there too. All of these people, like, I don't know about you, but when I'm fucking hard off about money, I'm not going to tell people. I'm not going to tell people, hey, I'm going to do this side job, that they're going to be like, why the fuck are you driving in the middle of the woods to go film some fucking stranger, you lunatic? Because my fucking bills are like 3 months past due, motherfucker.
Yeah. When there's red flags like that, and you're putting yourself in a stupid situation, you're not the first to go, hey, Dan, this is what I'm doing tonight, because you feel stupid. Well,
I'll at least leave it at like, then there's some characters that are a little.
So everyone, you could just cross Dan off your list now.
Yes, don't hunt me. Especially if it's in the wilderness.
I don't care if I get caught, though. So,
all right, but again, I don't want to think that I don't really like this movie. I do. The peach fuzz stuff, the weirdness. Mark Duplass nails it, and it's hard because he is funny in this, but he's able to make that switch to where it's like, man, this is like one of those people that I can put myself in the shoes of somebody that's being stalked by him, and there's not a lot you can do. So yeah, it succedes. The bestiality thing that he makes up, that was hilarious.
That fucking whole gimmick, like, is like probably the highlight of the movie for me, because
and
like
the other actor's silent, like he's
completely silent, and you as the audience are like, what in the actual fuck am I listening to?
Yeah, that one. That was like, okay, this is a little different. I think I remember watching this the first time, and it took me a minute to really get into it, and then I did.
Well, and the thing I love about this movie is the rewatchability. The first time you watch this movie it's not going to affect you the same way that it does, obviously, a second time, knowing, who Wolfie is, but that almost, I feel like, enhances the second viewing of it. because you're like, you already are like red flag, get the fuck out of there, brother. Like, and I feel like that's kind of the point. And one thing I wanted to bring up is Slasher Home Video's comment. The whole point was that that Aaron was giving him the benefit of the doubt, which is true. Like, that's kind of the whole climax of the movie, is that he looks at him and is like, look how sad this guy looks. And he feels bad. You know, this guy just told him he has a brain tumor and he's got a kid on the way that he's never going to fucking, you know, be able to meet. So I think that has something to do with a little bit on, you know, some of the stuff you were talking about before, Dan, where, like, you know, yeah, there's so many red flags. Why aren't these people attacking him? But, like, again, it's maybe feeling a little bit bad for him. I mean,
Ben, I'm fucking dead, Ben.
And Ben Gribb said if it was an ad for a Nina gangbang, Dan would be there. No questions asked. I agree.
Only if I can go first, though.
No, you did no, because here's what's gonna happen. You're not gonna tell us because you know you're not gonna get to go first. So then you're gonna get off in the hotel. You're like, "Where's Nina?" Oh,
yeah, and then it's Peach, and it's fucking Peach Fuzz coming out of the closet with his dick hanging out.
Now, if it would have been Nina with the mask on, then I'd be like, "All right, fuck
it." YOLO. Yeah, there are some moments, and again, it made it hard for me to really have empathy for these characters. Not that I needed to, but when Joseph after Joseph runs, I'm gonna just say creep because I know he uses.
Call him Wolfie. That's his name.
When Wolfie runs back into the house after he brings up Angela, then he walks back into the house. I was like, "Oh, dude."
Well, he needed his keys.
That's true. Yeah, I think at a certain point you just fucking run. Like,
not in the middle of the woods, fucking while it's snowing, brother. You'll fucking die.
I know, but I don't know. At that point, I don't know that I'm going back in the house.
I think running into the woods is a dumber move than trying to go get your key. Because you know what you're in for, and you got one person. You got
even if he's in there with a gun potentially.
Versus freezing in the woods. It's one of those things. It's a 50-50.
Yeah, or getting attacked.
But see, here's the thing.
Animal.
Like, if you want, this is Dan's trying to analyze the situation without knowing the situation. Like, I don't, like, he would know how far he is in the middle of nowhere. He may know it's pointless to try to run because he's 100 fucking miles away from anything.
Well, and that's what he said. He's like 3 hours in the middle of nowhere.
So
I think the location has something to do with why people aren't just, I'll
give you that. And again, I won't spoil this movie.
So I can't say if it was a smart decision or not because I don't know all the facts.
The very end and what he does at the end, no fucking way. And that's one thing with the first movie.
But again, it's him giving you, like, dude. All right, so, like, the point on why Wolfie's obsessed with Aaron is because Aaron's actually a good human being. Like, he's a fucking kind-hearted guy that just wears his heart on his sleeve and puts himself out there to help other fucking people. And so I can see fucking that situation happening where somebody, like, dude, think about all the red flags women or men see in relationships that they fucking just put off to the side. Who knows? Maybe Aaron was even a little sexually attracted to him because I was getting fucking that vibe as well. So
at the end of this movie, I think even the most gullible of the gullible is not. Again, I'm dancing around it. I want to say exactly what happened.
No, that's why it's a movie and not a real fucking story, Dan.
Well, sometimes you need a little logic if it's set in real world. But yeah, overall, I still enjoyed the ride despite.
I disagree with the logic thing because people aren't logical in illogical situations. You always try to force that in.
The end of this movie, Todd.
Honestly,
there's dumbass people that would put themselves in those situations.
I can't argue the point because all of it's kind of mushed up in my head and I don't remember the exact thing. Oh wait, yeah,
it's him going back to the
lake. I remember
before Aaron gets taken.
Okay, like the fact that he never turned around. What is your issue?
The fact that he went
there
there
in the first place.
But that goes into what Kruger was saying. He was a good person, and he would benefit of the doubt. It
and
all
he
makes
felt, and
sense.
he felt bad for
I didn't say it was wrong or didn't make sense or it was stupid. That's kind of the point of that decision.
Let me ask the
that
chat
moment.
that's seen the first movie. Do you know anybody in your real life that would do that at the end of this movie? And I'll give it up to the end.
I will say I don't think I do, but I know people
that make
are
dumbass
stupid enough.
decisions like
you don't
that.
think fucking you don't think Kelby's out there sitting waiting? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, like come on,
name dropping.
Well, no, I don't give a fuck. If I told Kelby to go fucking meet me at the goddamn lake, he would, and he would not turn around.
Goddamn right. Point proven. Thank you, Slash. That's the whole point of the movie, though, Dan.
I get it. I just have
you don't because you're trying to say
yeah, you're trying to overanalyze.
I don't know. I know a lot of dumb.
I know. See, that's the thing. Dan's like
do that.
Dan thinks people aren't as stupid as they are. I don't think you realize how stupid people are, Dan.
Yeah.
I really don't.
With everything that happened up
Florida
to
of the world
movie,
is what we are, Dan. Florida of the fucking world is what we are.
I mean, think about some of the documentaries we fucking watch, bro. Like true crime shit. Like these people are fucking stupid sometimes. They put themselves in horrible
situations.
That, like right there, that he is kind-hearted to a fault. The whole point of the movie. It's very easily spelled out by fucking Wolfie the whole time, too.
So we end this reviews just saying people are astonishingly fucking stupid.
Yes.
All right. There
we go. I knew that 10 years ago.
I know more dumbasses that don't think with logic than people that fucking do.
I gave you a scenario. If it's Nina Hartley, like, yeah, I'm just dead. Like if there's a 1% chance that I'm getting in those panties, I'm just dead. I'm gonna.
If there's a 1% chance I can make a fucking grand out of shooting fucking this old fucking loser in his apartment, okay, let's do it.
If I smell like rotting flesh from the crawl space, I'm still dying because it's Nina Hartley. But
see, so again, Dan.
So again, motherfucker, your logic, you're going against your own shit.
Yeah. Mark Duplass is not Nina Hartley.
But it
could be for Aaron.
There is the situation where you will make a stupid move. It may not be this one, but there's
a lot
one out there.
Moves.
But that's my point, though. You'd make a lot of stupid moves if you thought you were going to get into Nina's vision.
Yeah,
so don't even come at me like
literally,
that.
Literally, you're telling us that you like all it would take is a piece of fucking ass to get you to put yourself in stupid situations.
Okay,
maybe not that stupid.
We better move to the next one.
We gonna rate this one?
Let's rate this one. All right,
Kruger.
I was tossed up between a 4 and a 4.5. I think I'm 4 stars, but again, it's one of my favorite found footage films.
Okay. Todd.
Yeah, I'm a 4.5.
Ooh, I'm a 3.5. So see, I do like it a lot. Just have some issues.
Yes, this issue you having a lot, and we have the same argument many times. Because Dan is infallibly perfect.
Even for Nina, not the end of the movie. Even at that point,
Dan, you'd be sitting there, your bow tie, with your hands folded, like, "Hurry up and get here, Nina. Just get your stop waiting." Nina told me to stare straight ahead at the duck. I'm not looking back. I'm doing what Nina told me to.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to 2017, also from director Patrick Bryce, Creep 2. I'm eager to talk about this one. So in this one, a video artist looking for work drives to a remote house in the forest to meet a man claiming to be a serial killer. But after agreeing to spend the day with them, she soon realizes that she made a deadly mistake. Now, Creep 2, I'm going to say, is much, much better in my opinion. And part of that is we don't have a complete idiot in this one. Sarah played by
a little bit. Like, dude, hold the fuck on. All right,
let me get into it.
Let it read the description first. We're getting ahead of ourselves. I started it too.
Well,
sorry,
I read the description.
Then
I was getting into my thoughts.
So let me get this straight. Fucking a guy in the middle of the woods that has somebody filming him who apparently has this brain tumor and he's never going to see his kid, and that turns into being a stalker. is less logical than a dude saying, hey, I've killed people. I want you to fucking record me talking about killing people.
This chick knew how to manipulate. She's a lot smarter than what's his name in the first movie. She knew how to play him. And that's what I think made this movie more interesting, the battle of wits. And again, for me, and I might be alone, I'm not sure out there where people fall on the two movies, which one they prefer. But I think that Desiree Akhavan, who plays Sarah, who's also a director, by the way.
She's awesome.
Yeah, she's a great actress, but check out some of the stuff that she's directed. She's really known more for her directing than anything. And she's done Miseducation of Cameron Post with Chloe Grace and a few different things. She's a very good director. I just think she made this movie because I needed somebody, not just intelligent, because she's fucked up herself, just somebody that felt like a worthy adversary to the creep. And
well, they couldn't do the same thing over, so I think they went the right way. You can't just instead of doing, otherwise it's the same thing again. So having someone who can go against them. But what Kruger, I think, was trying to say at the top was that you weren't getting her just putting herself in that situation is stupider than the situation the other one went before. We're not talking about how smart the person was who did it, but that first move alone, going to film someone who killed people, is a stupider move than going to film someone who's trying to do the will or whatever for their kids.
Yeah, and she didn't have her keys.
That's what Kruger's saying.
Well, when she didn't have her keys taken away from her, she could have fucking left at any point. Like, the second this motherfucker's whip, she even says it in the damn movie. Like, you've been in his house for about 10 minutes and he had his dick in your fucking face. The second that fucking happens, peace.
Look at how she, though, like when she got naked, I think it's like, what's going on here? Like, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, but I don't also think she was just like manipulating him. I think she was looking for content.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, she had her own motivation that kind of explained it better for me anyways.
So you were okay with the stupid moves because it was for content. So you really
I didn't think she was stupid, though. Like, she had a purpose.
He was stupid by going to the house. Like, that's like the setup. You have to be.
I think she was just as crazy as he was in a certain way.
Okay, yeah,
and that kind of that back and forth made it interesting to me. The guy in the original movie is just dumb. Like, I didn't feel bad for him.
But Dan just missed the point.
I don't know. I'm just saying that's what's.
We're never gonna change him. You're right, Dan.
I am right. Logic. But no, this one I think is the height of it all for me. And I thought she was the best actor in maybe the whole franchise. Like, I really want to see a little bit more from her potentially, and we'll talk at the end about what we might like to see them do. But this to me, the first one is really good. This one is great. I love this one, but. Hot tag. I'm curious to see what you guys think.
Real quick, I wanted to pull this comment up real quick.
Oh, no, go ahead. Sorry.
Matt says, I haven't watched it since it came out. Did she believe he was telling the truth about killing people or not? No, she didn't believe it. But again, you recording somebody that's telling you that you're a fucking serial killer and then has his dick in your face and is like taking you into the middle of the woods and all that shit. Like, I feel like that would raise more red flags than a vulnerable guy that has cancer. Is telling you that he has cancer and that he has only a couple of months left to live. That for me would like, I can understand why Aaron is doing doing the things that he's doing. When it comes to this character, I get it for the content, but also Aaron had no inkling that this guy is a fucking, a fucking serial killer. Maybe pervert, maybe stalker, but not serial killer. And the reason Aaron goes back to the lake is because he feels bad for him. He realizes this guy's dying. He's fucking really goddamn lonely. So that's his decision making.
That's also a thing. I'd know he wasn't dying in about 2 minutes. The way that movie's like.
Dan, okay, you fucking know the ongoing.
Dan is superhuman.
He's an
super
idiot.
Intelligent. He does everything.
I will accept that the guy's an idiot, but again, that's my problem with the movie. A little too stupid for me, and I don't know anybody that dumb.
I do. I know plenty of fucking people. Shit, dude. Fucking one of my ex-girlfriends showed up. I'd never met me online. Never met me in person. Met me online that day. Showed up to a fucking park without her fucking phone.
And
okay.
She was on the no.
Like no, I was engaged to her for 5 years. But like seriously, like people I probably fucking should have. Would have saved me a lot of fucking goddamn money and heartbreak, but that's besides the goddamn point. There are people that fucking stupid in real life. Maybe you don't know them, but like I feel like with the amount of true crime that you watch, you should know people are that fucking dumb. Maybe you don't know them personally.
I'm trying to think of a case. Again, I don't want to keep rewinding to the first movie, but I'm trying to think of a case that stupid.
Let me Tinder as deaf out people in sketchier situations. Absolutely. Online dating just in general is kind of sketchy. The only reason I get away with most of the shit with like just meeting up with random people or just having somebody come over to their house, the way I make them comfortable, I show them the podcast or show them that I'm wrestling. So like I'm kind of a public figure. So if I did do anything,
does wrestling really work? Like you just like maiming people?
I dude, that's literally like one of my fucking first moves. Maybe that's why I don't get fucking laid as much as I could have. But I mean, regardless, they're gonna fucking look at me after I take my goddamn shirt off and be like, holy fucking shit, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Now he doesn't have to say what happened. You saw
exactly.
it a minute ago. You saw the video, bitch.
Anyways, Creep 2. When I first watched this movie, I didn't really like it that much. I think it just kind of bothered me that like
our hero wasn't just like putting it down. He had to like deal with this bitch. Was that your problem too?
No, I think it kind of bothered me that like where Wolfie's like morale is at and like the fact that he's kind of just giving up on himself. I didn't like that he wasn't just being another weirdo.
Was sad. I know. It was like I get it.
Now watching it now, this was my only second time ever watching it. I do really love this fucking movie. First off, just the fact that the opening scene I think is fucking great because like as the audience, you know what's gonna happen. And it makes me kind of like anticipate the fucking kill and stuff. And then it takes a whole 180 where like him killing this person really is not the interesting part. The interesting part is like, what the fuck is wrong with this goddamn guy? And I love some of the backstory. The what is it? Sarah Needs Her Juicy Fruit song and the whole lore behind that. And you know, you're wondering if his reasoning behind why he became a serial killer is real or not. If it is, fucking badass. But if it isn't, and it's like another one of the fucking bullshit, like this has so much going on for it. The only thing I don't like about this movie, and the only thing that makes me kind of put the first Creep over it, is I don't care for the ending because it just kind of leaves you open-ended, and we never got to see.
Well, we'll see.
Well, possibly, you know, in the future, we could have a continuation of Creep 2 or have it continue into the series. But it kind of just bothered me that I didn't get a complete story and that it left it open-ended. Like, I was ready for the next chapter. I was ready for another 20 minutes once it ended.
I kind of view Sarah, and I think that the character probably views her the same way, as like the potential ultimate final girl that may factor into this, like the one worthy of being his end. But I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see, because you're right. It is kind of leaves
that would be. I mean, honest to God, that would be a perfect ending for sure. The one that got away, fucking being his end. Yeah, absolutely. But I know when the first time I watched it, the ending really pissed me off. I'm a little more okay with it now because we got more of Wolfie and his shenanigans in the series. But the first time I watched it, it did bother me. But at the same time, like Sarah as a character is really interesting. Like I appreciate the perspective of this struggling YouTuber just trying to get fucking people to watch her content, and she's putting herself in these stupid situations.
Dan, get to work. Go get it. Go get some.
I have a pitch. Let's all create like a creep dating profile and see what people will agree.
Can we just use yours? You already have it made.
That's fucked up, Ted. Too handsome for that, Ted.
How did you not expect that coming, Dan?
The alt will cast for it.
See, naive.
I want us all to create this together and see what people actually will agree to do. I actually think
I feel like I need to cut this out because that's some like.
Well, you're not doing anything. You're just
Dan, I don't think you.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, Dan, stop talking. This is not. Yeah, no.
It's a prank, but all right.
Yes, Dan.
It's just a prank, bro.
So
it's not a crime.
Have you not seen the fucking movie Compliance, dumbass? No.
I'm not gonna be
Dan. I cannot imagine you with this amount of power. So no, not
there. You go, Slasher. Dan, go on Craigslist and book a serial killer for an interview. Say in search of a serial killer for a documentary.
There you go.
I'll do that.
All right.
I will do that. I haven't posted on the Craigslist in forever.
Not since they got rid of the horse. All right.
What about you, Todd? What did you think of Creep?
First time on this one, I kind of get your complaints. Like, knowing I had more to come, it didn't bother me, the ending.
Yeah.
I get your complaints with the first one, Dan, because you're perfect and infallible. But I don't think you have this one without the first one, because that first one really sets the tone.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that's the whole thing. I still do like the first film better. I do really like this one. I want to see them continue this story. So we're kind of giving that away. We don't really get a continuation in the Creep tapes, but maybe we'll get a Creep 3 and we will. So that's the one good thing, because you can pull the Creep tapes from anywhere in the timeline.
Yeah, no, that is the cool thing. And I feel like some of the Creep tapes are prior to Creep 2, if that makes sense.
Yeah, if you overlook the aging, because Mark Duplass definitely looks significantly older.
I mean, I don't really necessarily think so.
I can overlook it, but
I didn't notice it.
Yeah, I didn't really notice it either. And I feel like in Creep 2, he looks older because he's got this gray beard, and
I could overlook it. It's not a big deal.
Well, it didn't. Some of us didn't even notice. So
yeah,
there you go.
No, you look the same to me. All right, well, let's rate this bitch.
All right.
I'm a 4 on this one.
Yeah, another 4 stars for me.
I'm a 4.5.
All right.
I like this one a lot.
Very cool. Well,
now on to the main event, the brand new. Oh, and I think we neglected. Both movies are on Shudder, correct? With
both movies are on Netflix.
Both
movies are on Netflix.
Oh, okay, my bad. All right, both streaming on Netflix. Creep 1 and Creep 2, and then on Shudder, we've got the brand new series, The Creep Tapes, which we'll talk about. No real synopsis to read. It's just we dive into his collection, and we kick it off with episode 1, Mike Kruger. Not that Mike, luckily for him. We wouldn't have had 6 episodes.
Yeah. So
what'd you think?
I like this one a lot because I believe it's in Creep 1. He talks about being an actor and trying to be an actor for a while. So this is a callback to that. So this one would have took place prior than the first Creep movie. This would have technically like been a prequel or whatever, because he's shooting an acting reel. I like this one. Started off with a fucking bang for sure. My only complaint was that I just kind of wanted a little more like backstory onto who the like student was, the directing student, um, because I think just some more backstory to him would have like made the thing more interesting. This was more just putting him in this goofy situation. But later on, we do get another.
Dracula.
But yeah, but then later on, we do get another directing character that does have a pretty goddamn cool backstory. So I like this episode, but it's not my favorite out of the whole thing. I'll just say that.
I enjoyed some of the movie references. And
Oh yeah, that was great. That was probably the strongest point.
The Jeff Daniels thing I thought was really funny. Misery. They cram a lot. I mean, these are all 20-some minutes. So
yeah, Mark Duplass playing fucking James Caan was pretty hilarious.
that was funny. This one does have some found footage moments. If I'm remembering right, I think this was the episode. Like, you're dropping that fucking camera when you're getting chased with an axe. Like, there is some stuff like that and other things, really, when you look at the whole series, where it's like, well, is this true found footage? Because I think he's obviously editing some of these tapes, so depending how you define found footage. But
I mean, I'd still consider it found footage.
Yeah,
it's
maybe
doing like After Effects on it.
but no, I had a lot of fun with this. I mean, again, the highlight is Mark Duplass doing crazy shit, and
yeah, him as a vampire will make you laugh your ass off.
Yes.
Yeah, no, the first episode's a lot of fun. Anything else to say about it?
Yeah, for me, I thought it kicked off like I was like, all right, I kind of got the tone of the series. We're kind of back to before the events of 2, or at least it felt like it. At least we're kind of not really diving into that from the start. So I was in. Good start.
Good start. All right, so episode 2, we do take the creep out of his element a little bit. Episode 2 is called Elliot, and in this one, we have him out in the wild, literally stalking a bird watcher, which I do think it helps sometimes getting him out of that cabin. And I really did enjoy the whole setup with the parachute and being saved by Elliot. The terminal velocity reference did make me laugh. Yet another 90s action movie that I saw.
That was like out of nowhere. I laughed out loud for that one.
That I saw with 2 other people in the theater.
I didn't get. I had the screener tape.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Video
Fast and the Furious before Fast and the Furious, or not Fast Man.
That was Point Break, sir.
Yeah, that's true. But I kind of like taking him out of his element. Again, Elliot's a fucking naive idiot, but it kind of worked, I guess, in this episode. And yeah, short but sweet. What did you guys think?
I like this one. But I was gonna get to that. I like this one, but out of probably all of them, this is one of my least favorites. Just because I don't know, I didn't feel like I had enough of the awkwardness that just I grew to love with Wolfie's character. This one, he's a little more toned down, I will say. But I did like the fact that he definitely scouted this dude out. You know what I mean? The way he set up the situation was very cool. And again, I didn't dislike the episode or anything. Just when you're comparing it to everything else, I like most of the other episodes more.
I could see this actually being a lot of people's favorite episode too, though. Like it's a little different, and again, getting the creep out of his element. But Todd, what did you think? I know you probably hate bird watchers.
No,
you hate a lot.
You're only cool if you collect pigeons. That's only because Mike Tyson. Yeah, I'm with you. Like, there's a lot. I watched these all basically in the span of a couple days.
Back to back.
So I thought they were going to be harder to keep apart, which happens a lot of times in the series. But here, it's not very hard. I did enjoy this one, but yeah, it'd be on my lower end of the of if I'm ranking the episodes, it would be in the lower half.
Okay, interesting. All right, so we move on to episode number 3, Jeremy. And in this episode, we kind of, it's the religious episode, I guess we could say, Todd, which is definitely your favorite. What did you guys think about Jeremy?
Again, this is another one where I would hold it towards like the lower half. The last 3 episodes are my favorite out of the whole series. I'll just say that. But again, fine. I like the setup. Some of the blasphemous of.
I was going to say I like the blasphemy of this episode. That's my favorite part.
Yeah, the blasphemous actions behind Wolfie and just him
exercising the demon.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking funny. Yeah, it's another solid episode, but again, not my favorite.
Dan said it would better. Dan said he likes the fake jerking off scene too, but it would have been better if it was real.
Dude, I would crack the fuck up if he just came out and just shot it, like was just like, close your eyes, I got a surprise for you. Surprise pop.
Hopefully he doesn't go method like what was that one? That one we watched. One of the first films I shared with you.
Fucking doll syndrome! Jesus Christ Almighty, dude!
He goes Harvey and just like nuts into a plan.
No, dude, doll syndrome is fucking. That fucking movie is a vile fucking piece of work, but great film. Just vile as fuck.
Yeah, doll syndrome is pretty nasty. This doesn't quite get that bad, but no. But yeah. This one's probably not my favorite either, but I did have a lot of fun with it. Yeah, Ben makes a good point. Why would he in the room if he was jacking off?
Maybe to help him out.
I mean, he's doing the priest thing.
It's 2024, goddammit.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's still fun. I don't really hate any episode, to be honest.
No,
I can see that there's some repetition. There is.
I will say it like this. There's some I would have rather seen fleshed out into a feature than others. These last two aren't the ones I want feature length.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't follow the bird watcher for 90 minutes.
God. Thank God. Yeah.
The next episode, I'm really excited to talk about.
All right, well, let's just get right into it.
Episode number 4, Brad. What did you think?
I loved Josh Rubin's character. He's was in Scare Me, Werewolves Within. A couple other movies. I just think he's a really fucking good actor, and this interested me because I like the idea of this guy going to a crazed fan's house, basically, and this crazed fan is set up this true crime situation so he can make another like award-winning true crime documentary. Like that is fucking right up my goddamn alley. And the situations on how Wolfie turns the story back onto him, I loved, because like it almost is making Brad the serial killer, or him look like the serial killer. And I just wonder, like, again, it had me wondering, like, so was Wolfie doing that just for him, for his entertainment, or was he trying to throw the police off? That would be really like, so this is one of the ones where I would have loved to see a feature length, because I think it would have been more. Yeah, because like more situations, more.
You're right. I didn't even think about that. Maybe he was setting him up just to try to
throw the cops off. Yeah. And I think that alone like makes this one of the best episodes of the series. So yeah. Love this one. And
I love the Jinx references too, which might be confusing if you haven't watched.
Oh yeah, And what was the other one they brought up? There was the Jinx. What was the other one?
Jinx was the big one, the burping and everything.
And that's also, speaking of the burping, that's one thing that calls back to Creep 2. In Creep 2, he explains how he takes things from each person that he kills. So when the burping comes back from, Brad burping and puking and shit, fucking, and he's like, oh, there it is, right after he kills him. I was like, oh, that's fucking awesome. Like, perfect reference back to the fucking second film. So yeah, this is one of my favorite episodes, and like I said, the last 3 I think are fucking phenomenal.
All right. This one is a lot of fun. Again, you might be a little lost with some of the references if you haven't seen the Jinx. If you haven't watched the Jinx is
I haven't.
amazing. Kruger, get on it.
The
Jinx is
documentary
kind of
series, not the docu series. You want to watch the one that's the documentary, not the reenactment.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
I mean, you may want to watch them both, but I definitely think the documentary.
What's it about? Just a murder?
I don't want to reveal.
Yeah, there's a lot. You got to, because it's changed.
Okay, well, sell me on it, motherfucker.
Well, we'll do that off air. Plugs will sell you on it in like 2 minutes.
Yeah. I think we all agree. Check it out. So then we get on to episode number 5, Brant. What did you think about Brant?
I fucking love this goddamn episode so much. Just,
yeah.
Oh, one, again, very different than all the other episodes because.
Is it because it had the best kill? Not that this is a kill franchise, but
yeah, I don't even remember.
I don't even remember the kill, to be honest.
Yeah, this one was so.
I actually no, though. I would say the last episode had the best kill.
Okay.
But anyways,
it worked.
I love this episode because of seeing Wolfie talk to Peach Fuzz. Fucking awesome. Like, he's having this fucking like inner monologue with himself that he's showing out on, but it's not an inner monologue. He's talking to himself on screen, and basically,
you think it could be his brother?
No,
Duplass. No. I don't know.
I think that was like some editing shit that fucking homeboy did. Like,
I know maybe a twin gimmick. I was kind of wondering, like,
if it was a twin gimmick, that would blow my fucking mind.
I get that vibe. I don't know, and I think other people have brought this up. I think I don't know. I see like some big twists like that.
That would be very cool for sure. But this is probably my second favorite episode. I think the finale is the best. But like, this is my second favorite episode, mainly just because seeing Wolfie deal with Peach Fuzz and some of the lines he has when he's like, if you want a shot at the king, you best not miss. I was like, oh shit, that's fucking hard as fuck, dude. And just the fact that this lunatic got stood up most of the night, so he's fucking putting himself in his own serial killer situation, is hilarious.
Yeah. No, this one's a good time.
And this is one that, like, I think you could have a feature length of him just fighting with fucking Wolfie the whole goddamn time.
Yeah, this is story wise. This one is definitely there's. I want more of it. There's a lot.
Dude, think about this concept just for a second. Fucking Wolfie and Peach Fuzz go to Disneyland.
There you go.
Would be fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Ben Grimm said he was deaf wearing the mask at the end. Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily think it was a twin situation, but if they could spin it like that, I mean, I wouldn't hate it.
Remember that comment about both sucking at the mother's tit, or however they put that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think there is like a sibling situation.
Ben said, I like where he was like, I just let that big fish go. Am I losing? Yeah, that guy looking for Harry D.
Yeah. Dan always says, yes, Harry D is right here for you.
Yeah. All right, moving on to the finale. Mom and Albert. So this one also kind of expands his character a little bit. We do get to meet his mom.
I loved it so much, dude. I loved it so much. This was the awkwardness that made me fall in love with the first movie.
I like when the mom is just like she lives 9.5 weeks in bed with Albert.
Yeah,
every
and
night.
then he gets so offended about her talking about like people sucking on her tits. Like he gets so fucking mad. I love that, dude. And then what happens to Albert. Also just I don't know if you guys have ever been in a situation where you had to meet your mom's new boyfriend, but like there's. Yeah, well, not everybody fucking parents are together like you goddamn Hallmark movie, Dan. Anyways,
yes,
fucking
I had a stepdad, and there's a very grisly end of the marriage involving a Nintendo. I'll tell you.
So like I've been in this situation before. So like I felt for Wolfie, even though he's fucking crazy as fuck. And I ain't sucking my mama's titties. Fucking, he fucking just made me feel for that situation. Ben Grimm said when they talk about sex at the table, so awkward. Yeah, I feel that for sure, and also just like the tension of where it's gonna go at the end. You're wondering, is the mom gonna fucking actually do something? Is she just gonna let fucking Wolfie kill her fucking new boyfriend? Like, what is gonna go on? And then it happens, and then you realize, oh, she's in on it. She knows like that he's this fucking murderer, and she's helped him cover this shit up in the past.
They kind of tip their hat to that, so it's not. Yeah, it's kind of obvious early on. Like, yeah,
I wouldn't necessarily say so because like she seemed more like she knows that he's fucking nuts, but not that he's going out fucking, that's he's this prolific serial killer.
I like the Forrest Gump gimmick.
Yeah, that was fun too.
Where
even though I hate fucking Forrest Gump so fucking much. I hate that.
Why? That's a great movie.
Fuck
So
that
overrated.
fuck that fucking movie.
Oh, it's because that whore, isn't it? Fucking whore. Yeah, fuck that movie. I'm with Kruger.
Well, Jenny's
a whore.
Jenny is.
She tried to get Forrest AIDS. Can I say that or do I have to cut that out?
Yes.
No, I mean she literally did try and get.
No, we're keeping that in.
But
fuck you, Jenny.
Fuck Jenny. I hope she dies with that bitch from the Titanic. Old whore. Well, that one gets me fired up. I'm not even
at the end, dude, fucking pisses me off.
I'm gonna be pissed if I fucking die and my wife's dreaming about fucking dick she met like for 20 fucking minutes 100 years ago. Goddamn whore.
Yeah, dude. I would fucking
be
kill her
for
first.
Me ready to fucking go Benoit, bitch.
But it's still a good movie. Yes, Jenny's a whore. I agree.
I don't like, not for me. I hate that fucking movie with a passion. I've been forced to watch that piece of shit.
Commentary.
Like 4 different times. Fuck you and your ass. No, fuck off.
I just like Forrest Gump. Oh, sorry, I pull it up. JG. I just like Forrest Gump for different reasons. It's boomer revisionism about the world and how it actually works. A very mean-spirited movie in some ways. To be fair, history is a boomer revision about how the world works and fucking all of everything. So it doesn't matter.
The Forrest Gump's gotta happen now.
Remember that.
Also, Matt Arnett said that Wolfie's jorts were aggressive in this episode. Yeah, so are Dan's jorts when he wears them too.
This motherfucker has never owned a pair of jorts. This motherfucker wears workout shorts.
He's got to have some.
He's always on his way to the gym.
I'm comfortable every day of my life. So the joke's on you.
How's your wife doing, Dan?
Damn, God. Maybe I don't want a whore like Jenny. I'm just waiting.
And most of them are.
Damn.
I agree.
All right. Well, come on. We're in the
I hate
creep mode.
Show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we all? Do you guys all feel like this was the best episode? Because I feel like it was.
I go back and forth between this one and the last one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this one's like the proper finale because we get a little bit more of him. I do think we're at a point, like I know Creep 3 is supposedly still in pre-production, so it might be a weird case where we're going to end it with Creep 3. I feel like the story's probably got to come to an end soon.
I can use another
do
fucking
it.
season of this, dude. I can use another season.
Well, we
maybe
can
maybe
get
we
a
get one
completion.
more.
We can finish off the story, and you can still do seasons of tapes of.
Yeah, but like
stuff
I legit like I want all 39. Like so that's the gimmick is 39 is
we
his
need
number.
one. We need one at the very least.
Like a
Yeah.
prequel. Yeah, like
Well,
the
no,
first,
that wouldn't be but his first tape.
but
I mean,
yeah, the first
if you're
tape.
mixing
Yeah,
it around, yeah, that should be an episode. Maybe
up
that's
right
the
after
season
2.
finale.
And
Maybe that's the season finale of 2. Is you do the first episode last, so then you got the origin and you're done.
Mm.
That's how
Yeah.
I'd book it.
it can't go forever. Like there should be like an end point soon.
Could have used more peach fuzz scenes. Yeah, me too. Like I would love an episode where it's not even him recording and he just goes full Friday the 13th in the peach fuzz mask. That would be badass as fuck. Like some fucking stupid kids in the middle of fucking nowhere having sex and fornicating. Like and fucking he just comes in full Jason mode. I would love it.
No, I want him to just like show up and like into the camp circle and just sit with them. And then just be weird.
He's like a park dude. He's a park
And then
ranger.
like he can just disappear and then Wolfie can come back
Yeah,
later.
he's a park ranger, dude. That would be perfect.
What
Yeah, there's
if
tons of situations you could have with this.
I want to like bring this into the wrestling world somehow?
Before you get too out there, Dan, remember we're on a schedule.
Yes, we're on a schedule, so we'll kind of let's rate this because we got another show, which we'll talk about in a second. But overall, I mean, Creep Tapes, the series. We're not going to rate each episode, but overall rating.
Yeah. 4 stars for me. So just like 1 and 2, like this lived up to my expectations, and in certain episodes exceeded them, especially fucking the last 3 episodes. Those last 3 episodes fucking kicked my ass. I fucking love them, and I again could use another couple of seasons of this. So let's hope to God that this is one of the new Shudder like original shows that we're gonna get every year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am a 3.5. Some repetition, but overall still worth the journey and at right length. I like the 20-minute.
Yeah, dude, those were perfect. Like perfect.
Overall, I think I'm a 4. The season ended so strongly with the last half. There wasn't a bad episode. Some I like less than the others, but and some I was glad were like they're perfect at the 22-minute. And then we have ones like, oh, I would have like expanded. I want more, but that's when they're just given a little allure. So yeah, I'm a 4. Now,
go ahead.
No, I was going to ask. So we're going to go into what is your order of the 3, Kruger?
One for sure is my top, and then actually, I don't know. I could like be taught. All right, I'll go with the Creep tapes, and then Creep 2. But I still like. I think they're all basically on par with each other. Like. When I do revisit these, I'm never. First off, the first 2 movies are like an hour and 10 minutes a piece, so they fucking go. They go down nice and easy. So I could like last night. I fucking literally
just like Jenny.
Like last night, I literally binged 1 and 2, and then rewatched all the episodes. Like I was watching them as they came out, but I rewatched all the episodes, and I did that in like I think 3 hours, maybe 3.5 hours. So, I could fucking, I could revisit any of these whenever the fuck I want. But I definitely say if you love the first 2 movies and you haven't watched the series is going to live up to every expectation you have and maybe exceeded in certain areas. They did a perfect job at it.
Before I rate it, Todd, would you be willing to do the Forrest Gump commentary if I play Lieutenant Dan on stream?
Sure.
You can edit out my legs. Like, it'll be awesome.
Are you going to talk?
I think Dan wanted this. I think Dan thought this was going to hit harder, but I'm trying to wrap the show, Dan.
I know, Todd. All right. The height of it for me is Creep 2 by far. I think that's the closest that it gets to true excellence. But I enjoyed everything. I'd go Creep 2, Creep, then Creep Tapes. but I don't have any like strong.
See, it's hard for me.
You
I
like
get it.
it. You're probably gonna like it all if you gel with it.
If you like the first one, there's no way you're not going to like the other two.
And see, that's the thing, like,
the show or the sequel.
I think for like I don't know, tell me if I'm speaking out on this one, but I think for me it's like I'm picking my favorite, and then the other two I can kind of are interchangeable. Like for me, one is my favorite, but I could go either way with 2 or Creep Tapes. They're both that good. But for this, I'm gonna be the same as Kruger. Creep Tapes, Creep 2. And again, I could flip-flop on the last 2, but I still think the first.
I need more of Wolfie and his mom. Dude, yeah. I fucking
love what's interesting?
Let's see him fuck.
Also from the League was Taco John LaJoy, whose band is Wolfie Must Die. I forget.
Really?
Yeah. I forget the
That's
band
a fucking badass. That's badass.
It's Wolfie. Fuck. They do the Friday the 13th song, the Tremor song. What is it? It's Wolfie. Now it's just so I have the name right because I'm giving one of the guys.
Ask about music.
I know. Wolfie's just fine. That's what it is. Wolfie's just fine. There's some horror movie ones. His last song was about Hogan slamming Andre at WrestleMania 3. They're like folk. Yeah, they're like folk songs. So it's like David Hess singing. Like my favorite. Like I like his rap stuff is incredible. Fuck Everybody's one of my favorite songs that he's done. But the Friday the 13th Part 5 one is just his ode to Deborah Sue Voorhees, the tits, the kill, running home after watching it because it's the whole thing. Good song.
He did that "Show Me Your Genitals" song. Oh, okay, I do know that song.
Yeah, I'm a fucking buddy. I like some of his, Everyday Normal Guy. He did a bunch of weird shit.
So. Speaking of which, Matt Arnett just said if he wins, runs out on stage, makes wrestling or Westing the Peach Fuzz mask. Do they sell the Peach Fuzz mask? Trick or treat,
naked wearing the Peach Fuzz mask.
Oh, okay. Trick or treat, fucking has to. If they don't, they need to get on that because I want one really bad.
I'm sure a wolf mask. You might be able to find something serious. Similar.
Somebody, yeah, I feel like
someone has to have something close, or even eBay. That are a lot of times customs.
Yeah, that.
I found a beautiful $400 Toxic Avenger silicone mat. But off topic, we're trying to wrap.
Well, on that note, we've got some last tournament on the left entries that we're going to be live about 5 minutes after this, give or take. And you can check that out, patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures. It all starts at just $1.
One of these movies of which is probably the most depressing and like
what? Save it.
One of the movies I'll never watch ever again in my fucking life.
I think there might be you might not be alone on them.
This is going to be interesting because these aren't just horror movies.
Yeah, this is
there are in the truest sense, but
that was extreme horror if I ever fucking saw it. Jesus Christ!
I almost told you not to watch one of them. Like, fake it.
Well,
but yes, we don't do that here.
Yes. So check out what should be some extra interesting.
One thing before we do go, I would like to say if you do enjoy the Creep movies, the director did make a slasher movie that came out a couple years ago on Netflix. What the fuck is it? I'm stalling to try to figure it out. It is. There's someone inside your house. It's that 3D printed, that dude with the 3D printed mask where he's like making mask replicas of like other people's faces.
Oh,
really was a solid fucking movie and had a fucking killer church kill. So if you like this guy's movies, that's on Netflix. Check that out. It wasn't, it's not slasher royalty or anything like that, but I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Did we review it? Because I'm looking at it.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, I just don't remember it. But
they had the killer was wearing like 3D printed masks that he was.
See, that sounds familiar. I didn't see him in the trailer. I just watched.
It
was playing on IMDb when I was looking up the movie. All right. So on that note, let's.
All right. We'll see you guys over on Patreon. Don't forget Friday. Santa Dan and the gang are going to be watching Eyes Wide Shut, which will be a lot of fun. So come join us.
For you.
It'll be this one's gonna be awesome. On that note, though, good night. See you over on Patreon.
Did I like completely botch that and not say?
Yeah, you didn't say shit. You just went.
You waved. I mean, that's fine. They get it.
Money's on the dresser.
I'm a creep.